Hi, my name is Yari, and this is my movie analysis for The Menu. The plot of the movie follows Tyler Ledford, a food fanatic, and his date, Margot Mills, on a boat to the private island of Hawthorne, where renowned chef Julian Slowik's exclusive restaurant is located. Other guests attending the event are food critic Lillian Bloom with her editor Ted, movie star George Diaz with his assistant Felicity, business partners Dave, Soren, and Bryce, wealthy regulars Anne and Richard Liebrandt, and Chef Slowik's mother. Chef Slowik explains each guest was invited because they either contributed to him losing his passion for his craft or because they make a living off exploiting the work of artisans and workers like him and his team, creating unexpected scenarios for the guests to endure.
Over the next few hours, you will ingest fat, salt, sugar, protein, bacteria, fungi, various plants and animals, and at times entire ecosystems. But I have to beg of you one thing. It's just one. Do not eat.
Is he serious?
Taste, savor, relish. Consider every morsel that you place inside your mouth. Be mindful, but do not eat. Our menu is too precious for that. And look around you. Here we are, on this island. Accept all of it. And forgive. And on that note, food.
Upon arriving and touring the restaurant, the guests are seated and the chef comes to introduce the concept of his menu the guests will enjoy. The mise-en-scène depicts the chefs in the kitchen. They are grouped in by framing, whereas the diners are also framed by windows of the restaurant. To gather everyone's attention, Chef claps quite aggressively, calling attention to his brigade and alarming the guests. The chef is quite intimidating, reminiscent of the Kiki aesthetic we learned about in this module, the villain energy. His features are quite sharp. The areas around his eyes look a bit dark, even though there is adequate lighting in the restaurant. Behind Chef's head, we can see a triangle indicating that here, in his restaurant, he is the one with the power, even though he is in a room full of wealthy, elite people. The light outside is slightly darker than when they arrived in the beginning of the movie, indicating time has passed and the long-anticipated dinner will begin. There is a bit of an ominous feel as the chef gives his monologue. The guests are pondering the words, unsure of what they mean. I feel like this shot establishes the control that the chef and the kitchen have over their guests. That even though their guests are powerful outside of the island, here they are simply guests at a restaurant, nothing special. There's an us versus them feel.
No, you can't. You shouldn't be in here.
I'd like to know specifically what it was about the last course that you did not enjoy. You've barely eaten the food. Why? I need to know. Why don't you eat?
Why do you care?
I take my work very seriously and you're not eating. And that wounds me.
Guess I'm just not very hungry.
I told you who I am. I'm Julian Slowik, and I'm the chef here. Now, who are you? I'll ask again. Who are you?
I'm Margot Mills.
So where are you from, Margot?
I'm from Grand Island, Nebraska. How does that make you feel better? You want the address for my mom's trailer park, you asshole?
No, it's not who you want me to think you are. Who are you?
I am Margot.
You shouldn't be here tonight.
Please get the fuck out of my way.
Upon seeing some very disturbing events after the first 3 courses, Margot goes to use the restroom to smoke. In enters Chef to confront Margot about why she isn't eating and who she really is. The mise-en-scène here is a bit dark, but private since it's a restroom. There's a soft lighting suggesting there is some vulnerability between Chef and Margot, but the darkness indicated that Margot still doesn't trust Chef or his restaurant. She tells him just enough to prove that she isn't wealthy like the rest of the guests dining here tonight. As they speak, they are far apart, but get slightly closer as Chef tries to interrogate her as he feels Margot isn't being completely honest with him. Chef warns her that she shouldn't be here tonight, and his demeanor changes from solemn to worry, indicating that Margot doesn't deserve what the rest of the guests will be served for dinner. In this scene, the bathroom is green, symbolizing life. Green also represents relaxation, which is where Margot decided to partake in a cigarette, which is a way to relax for some. This is where Chef essentially warns Margot and is pondering saving her life.